is Kitty. There's Kitty. There we go. There is Kitty. There's Kitty. And look who's there. Hello. It's Linda. Linda Spivey. My beloved. Oh, what a wonderful day it was. And all the snow and flurry.
Shoes. Take off shoes.
Got my bonus. There's Kitty. We've got it all. Next, it's time to work on my werewolf movie. Aru. 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 Now, did they call Martin Luther? I'm talking a werewolf. Rumor is they did. But they also called him like a hog, and they had a bunch of names. They burned his friends. And then Martin Luther said, "Here I stand. You think you can take on God? Then he's above me and rules you." Was not afraid of the Sanhedrin. Is that what they call the Catholic Council? Said, "Here I stand. What more can I do?" What? That's how I'd have done it on stage. Here I stand. Oh, what did that? I wanted that role. I wanted that. Margaret knew, because Margaret was one of my directors. Margaret Z, the brilliant ballet instructor and teacher and director. She knew. She's like, "Cole, I know you want this role." She wanted me to lose a bunch of weight for it, but because he was part of the Augustan monks, they got someone else to play it. But I did get to do John Bunyan, Christian, and I did get to play Apollyon, which is the Prince of Darkness, and I also did get to play Christian in Pilgrim's Progress, one of the most important novels of all times. Okay, and then and John Newton too. Are you coming out? There's Kitty. But Martin Luther's a great study. It's a great study. Even if you don't get to play it, study his thing. Joseph Fiennes. Oh, did you wake up? Joseph Fiennes played him. Brilliant performance. Ray Fiennes' brother. Sorry about that, Ray. Ralph Fiennes' brother. Ralph Fiennes' brother. Great performance, too. It would have been a good role for Ralph Fiennes, too. But to use Joseph Fiennes, Joe Fiennes actually played Shakespeare in a really good movie called Shakespeare in Love. Important movie. But he did a good job. He did a really good job by Martin Luther. I always think like a great actor's performance, and it's in my head. That's the one I probably would have had in my head. Just like Albert Finney, even though Margaret said I look like Richard Gere, but Albert Finney was kind of in my head a little bit whenever I played John Newton, the writer of Amazing Grace. American Anthem, though, Amazing Grace. Anyway, whew, man, that was a rush tonight. Please subscribe. Oh, there she is. There's Linda. And how was your adventure with Kitty?
That
Kitty
was
name?
great. Thank you.
Anyway, so I text you, so if I have to run back out, then I understand. Up. Give me a second. All right, at the top of my screenplay, I did put the title, and AKA Werevlog, written by Cole Spivey, which is me. And I do have the fade in for the first scene, and I do have scene titles. So here's a sneak peek at it. If you want to stop the screen at any moment to read, you might be able to do that if you have a really good computer. But what we're going to do is we've got to add in a scene where Grace Lippin decides to research the werewolf after he's accused of being a werewolf by Gerald Oldmain III and his partner John Blacksmith. Remember, Gerald is from the UK, John Blacksmith is from Oregon, Portland, Oregon to be exact. Some call it Portlandia, but it's Portland, Oregon. This is actually set in Texas. So we're gonna add a sequence, yes I know, and add a sequence where he sits down at his computer after he's accused, going, I'm gonna search out this whole curse of the werewolf thing, and he just kind of goes through different things. It's kind of the moment in Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby where you see the thing with the letters. It's like an anagram kind of thing. And you see the thing with the letters, he puts the letters out and starts, you know, when he's dealing with the Crowley situation. It's like the Crowley moment in Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby is where I'm about to write. Now, this is what I'm making, which is red bell pepper. Linda told me to add it last. Salmon squash. As floating to the top are black-eyed peas. I know, kitty. I know. Here, have some water. There you go. Training kitty. Okay. Now, that's the black-eyed pea mixed with lentil. And I've got some carrots in there. There's some carrots I've been saving for this. Now, when I wrote one of my first books, The Untitled, I lived on this stuff. And it was like a ritual for me. I'd make the beans, and I'd sit down and I'd write. And I also ate lots of dates. My favorite snack is dates. Angel knows that. I love dates. Palm dates. Love them. And, sorry about that. And barley. Well, barley, I would make barley too. Another thing that I liked was like, if I could get a hold of it, granola. And I'd mix it in with yogurt. And I'd eat the yogurt and the granola, and I'd sit there and type and pour a bunch of honey, have the dates going, and just have all this stuff going in me, and like my fingers were just, keyboard was sticky and covered. Now I'm more refined. Well, that's my good stuff though on my fiction press. That was me just hog wild. You know, I've heard stories about Cormac McCarthy too, about how he did certain things, but he's got a whole institution going on in New Mexico. He's a great writer. Just a great writer. Love his stuff. Anyway, gotta add that scene, and then I'm going to drain this out pretty soon, in about 10 minutes. And then we're gonna add these. I'm gonna cut that up, and then we're going to tend to the kitty, the were kitty. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna have more water. How about Robin Williams? Okay. I'll probably add more of this, a little bit more of that. I love this stuff. I don't know why. I just love this. This bean stuff. It's so good. It's good for you. And we'll add these vegetables, all this kind of. I used to put peas in it too. It gets me excited. I love it. But it's not only. I do love steak and potatoes too. But making that right now. There's Kitty. Kitty cannot tell his story, but he can do it with his actions. He can tell a story with his beauty, but he can't do that. And that is what separates us from the animals, and we become people because of the word. The word will outlast the heavens and earth. And I told Linda, you can write your story and you can tell people about alcohol and how to overcome it with the word, which will outlast the heavens and earth. And you will write a great book one day. It'll change a lot of people. Just like Minnie, like Matthew Perry, Martin Sheen, I'm sure he's told some people about it. Many different famous people. Many writers, Richard Dreyfuss, Kitty, behave. There are many stories about alcoholism. Sam Shepard kind of tried, but you'll have your own little way that you did it, and the own way that you'll do it. And it'll be better than Kitty's story. It'll be better than my werewolf script. And you will win rewards and accolades because you fought something called alcoholism. You used the word. Anyway, and we're all going to help you through this and pray. We all are.
Okay, will you get it the fuck out of my face?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I didn't ask
No
for
more
this,
sailor
okay?
talk. No more sailor talk. I'm sorry.
I can talk over that.
Sailor Papa the Sailor Man. Popeye the Sailor Man. And Will Ferrell was there at the news school, and we laughed and ate our turkey legs and laughed and laughed. Look at the shadow. The shadow. And James Lipton with his wide eyes asked Will Ferrell, in the same version as James Lipton. It was identical method acting. And we laughed and laughed, and I said, Will, remember when you ran down the sidewalk, running from Billy Bob Thornton with the sniper rifle, and you grabbed the pretzel from the pretzel station because you were slightly hungry for one moment, wearing the costume of James Lipton, the great actor and storyteller, and we all laughed in glee with our turkey legs. Look, beans and eating chicken, and we all danced around, and our feet went like this, and we were jolly, dancing and dancing, like the old times, jolly and laughing with our turkey legs. And at one time you were running a marathon, and you squawked out a little tiny, little poop. And the journalist saw it and reported it went viral, that Will Ferrell pooped his pants as he was running through Central Park. And we all laughed. Zach Galifianakis, or however you say his name, laughed too. Played the piano while running through the park of Central Park. Only shorts in December. And we were all buddies and friends. I'm lying, but it's fun. Falsity. The poop. But anyway, that didn't really happen. But it did, some of that did, actually. Will Ferrell did play James Lipton and did run down the street of New York City being filmed and did go to a pretzel station to grab the pretzel. It actually, I don't know if people saw it. We saw it. And we laughed in glee. And then he made fun of not Will Ferrell, but of James Lipton, who's passed away. We all miss him. What a wonderful interviewer. What a serious person. A dedicated researcher to his students. Even though they drew little devil horns on his head, he said, Cole, we want you to go home and get some help. These big eyes. You did something with paint and a washing machine. I told him it wasn't me. He said, no, we need you to go home. Let's go back south and find help, and you're welcome to come back anytime. He moved the whole joint to Pace University. But it was funny. We had some good times. Will Ferrell. Will Smith was there, too, before he was smacking people. Before he didn't smack anyone. We were hoping he wouldn't, because he was playing Ali. We said, Will, tell us about acting. What is acting? He said, Robert Redford told me, it's a twig in the Nile. You're a small little twig in the Nile. I don't know. He was nominated for Ali. I don't know. No. He won for the King. Is it George? I always want to say King Richard. No, it's King Richard. That's right. Not King George. It was a different one. King Richard. And boy, Chris Rock knows about it. No, it was funny. It was funny times. Will was funny. You laughed at him, but not like Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, man, he makes you laugh in person. Will, you have to kind of watch the camera because he knows how to use the camera very well. But Jim Carrey, he doesn't even have to say anything to you. You just start laughing. You're just like, well, how did he do that? He has some kind of power, some kind of gift, some kind of imagination that makes everyone what time it is? It's 0 o'clock hour. Made some beans. And I made some chicken. And let's see if Linda is still writing her story. Her little story. What she's writing, her short story about. Hey, a werewolf kitty. Oh, she is. She's still writing. I'll turn this off right here. The cat. The cat. The cat. What is your favorite word, Cole? Cat. Your least favorite word. Very funny. What sound do you love to hear? Meow. Very funny, Cole. Very funny. What sound do you hate the most? No. That's not right. That was Robin Goodfella. Robin Williams' favorite word, or his favorite sound was poop. Well, it wasn't poop, it was actually a fart. That was Robin Williams' favorite. Wasn't it, Kitty? It was his favorite sound was... What is your favorite sound? You really want me to tell you? Like, okay, we got it, wait. What's your least favorite sound? Oh, man. The least favorite sound. I was being interviewed if he could. It's only good if Lipton can do it. James said, what is your favorite sound? It changes. But I know my favorite sound. I don't have to say it. Pass. And your least favorite? Least favorite. Shelley Winters was the booming sound. Ooh. Certain alarms, like that ring, 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 that can be a problem because you want to get up and turn it off. What is your favorite word? Now, it's probably hold. I think hold. I like hold me, hold. But I used to be a banker, so we're gonna have to put that check on hold. It changes. All these things change day to day. That's the brilliant thing about Lipton on those questions, is because those answers and questions, they change. Kitty, what is your favorite word? Ooh, I see. Your favorite sound? Okay, no comment. Kitty, what sound do you dislike the most? No comment. And then before the pearly gates, what do you want God to say? Is something like that? At the pearly gates, what do you wish, or what do you want God to say? Come on in, good servant. The Rainbow Bridge is where you go, huh? I'm trying to think of another one. I have to look at that. The original was different, though, because I've studied the original French one. It's more in depth. He only took a partial from it. The Gerard, it wasn't exactly the same. But he took from him because he went to France and studied in Paris about how to be a TV host. Didn't he? Didn't he, Kitty? What's another thing that he says? I used to know this. He says, let's see what sound you dislike. Think an occupation, like what occupation would you want? I would say maybe ballet dancers because they're always in shape, but that runs out. Professional would probably be maybe writer. Of course, filmmaker, actor, I can't say anything about that. YouTube content creator. All those things are almost the same. Professional writer. I don't know. You think you want that. The ballet dancing thing is good because you're around those hot women, right, Kitty? A ballet dancer. You can only do that too when you're maybe at the most 50 or 45. The writer really lasts a while, though. Stephen King would know that. Occupation. What would you not like to do? Of course, shave monkeys. Nobody really wants to shave monkeys. If you try to shave a monkey, especially the monkey butt, you don't want to shave a monkey's butt. I'm doing this film, like, give me the razor. You're shaving the monkey's butt. I would not like to shave a monkey's butt. Kitty, what occupation would you not like to do? Be honest. Ha! Yes, I read your mind telepathy. That's very funny, Kitty. I won't tell anyone what they said. What occupation would you love to do? Oh, a skilled fencer, I see. I see. Ah. You know what I really like Gary Oldman in? If you look at his work, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. He nailed it. He nailed it. He nailed that performance by Tom Stoppard, the play of Tom Stoppard. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. Hillman, Mr. Orange, did very well. Ooh. Tim Roth is his name. Tim Roth and Gary Oldman, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. And why are they dead? Because they were given a message. The moment they reached land to tell the king to kill Hamlet. And yet when they opened it and read it, it was quite the opposite. It was Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Because Hamlet knew, didn't he? Mr. Bard. What is your favorite word, Linda?
Job.
Job, yes. And your least favorite word?
Okay, can we finish this real quick? Because I want to talk to you
All
something
right.
personal.
Linda and I will be on the couch watching YouTube. Maybe Adam the Woo and Natalie. Or, I'm sorry, Daphne. She has the Daphne show. Vloggers, I love them. I love them. Actors, love them. Writers, I love them all. Biggest fan of all of them. Bradley Cooper to Gary Oldman, Marlon Brando, bless his soul, Laurence Olivier to James Lipton to Will Ferrell to Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, bless his soul, to Robert Redford, Paul Newman especially, all the mimes, Greg Goldston to Marcel Marceau, any form of it, especially vloggers. Jordan the Lion, Carpetbagger, Jacob the Carpetbagger, Carpetbagger. You know, Gary Oldman's always been my favorite. You know, it was funny, a friend of mine, when we were studying acting, I was a big Gary Oldman fan. They wanted me all to watch Marlon Brando. Watch Marlon Brando. Just watch Marlon Brando. I liked him. I liked Marlon Brando. I was like, it was really good. And I started watching, you know, On the Waterfront, The Last Tango in Paris. It's probably the best performance ever, this Last Tango. And I really became quite the Marlon Brando fan. But my friend looked at me and he said, no, you're not a Marlon Brando fan. You like Gary Oldman. I said, you know what? You're right. It was a weird thing. He was trying to know thyself kind of thing. Oh, we're going to watch a television show. Here is Linda.
Hi there.
You know, David Bowie had a girlfriend named Linda for what? She was a dancer. Yeah. David Bowie, another really great actor. All right, what are we watching?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see. We don't get to do this very much. It's called Snuggle Time. That's Adam the Woo exploring Universal Studios Hollywood backlot small group. I know we can find something better, although I think personally one of the greatest vloggers so far is Adam the Woo. It's just my personal opinion. I know we don't want to watch the news because that's depressing. Now, listen, let me argue it. Just let me do my argument. Lay down on the couch. We'll snuggle. You know the scene with John Candy when he's trying to sell the Casio watch? And then, well, hang on, just real quick. Sorry, just real quick. Steve Martin obviously has the more expensive watch as Neil Page, and he gives him the watch and some change, some money. And the clerk, the great actor, the guy who played the clerk, he takes it and gives him the hotel room, you know, for this expensive watch. It's like a $1,000 watch. And then John Candy offers up his Casio, his Casio watch. Take a lay down. He offers a Casio watch, and he shows it on the wrist, you know. This is me with Linda trying to get my way to watch the movie. Okay, here it is, okay? It's a movie about gangs in like a New York City kind of environment. Done in 1979. Come Out and Play. Known as The Warriors. And it's funny, but it's pretty dang legit. Good. She said yes. Okay. I sold it. That's selling things. I've learned that. The first thing I ever sold in my life was spices. I was a little kindergartner. I'd go to the door, knock on the door, and I just go, spice? And they just, money, right? Just big time money, because kids can sell. We're gonna watch The Warriors right here. So here we go. And then here, let me do it this way. Here, move over this way. Okay, got the dishwasher on, so got sound. Do you want against the couch or on the outside?
Against.
Okay, against the couch. And I'll be on the very edge.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna watch.
Your feet were just.
I don't care about the director. Just gonna watch some Warriors.
The couch is itchy.
Well, do you want on the you don't want on the inside? Or lay that down.
I know.
Okay.
Then I don't want to talk about that thing.
Linda's a great writer too. I found her. She had broken glasses with electric blue tape around the edges of the glasses. Just like Revenge of the Nerds. At an Arby's parking lot. True story. She's catch 22 in the story Chin, or kind of fictional. Okay, let's see. There we go. Tap on it right here. And this is where copyright comes in, so I'll have to turn it off here in a minute. But she laid down the blanket, so we're gonna watch Warriors. Guy Ritchie film is The Covenant. I'm gonna skip through that, so we'll get the first part of the Warriors right here. Warriors, come out and play. Okay, I'll lay on the side. I've been trained and intend to crew mine. I'm pretty good at this stuff. There we go. There we go. It's the first part. The Wonder Wheel, it opens with the Wonder Wheel. So, Paramount Pictures. What do you think? You think it's good?
I don't know yet. Give me time to watch it.
It's a classic guy film, which that's why Linda's great, because she knows guy films, right? What's your favorite film? The Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg?
Yes.
Yeah, Roman Catholic. Not us though. We're pure Protestant. WASP, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. The Warrior has begun. The Warriors. Michael Beck, James Remar, Deborah Van Valkenburg, David Harris was in it. Brian Taylor, Edwards. There's Dorsey Wright, Lynn Thigpen. It's an above ground subway that it starts on. Whoever knew that was a genius. Leave a comment. What do you like about the Warriors? Who's your favorite tribe? Okay. This is a genius masterpiece. All right. Here we go.